Welcome everyone to this quarterfinal race of our 70-star league here on the Global Speedrun Association Twitch channel. I'm Electric, and I'm calming this race between Counter Logic Gaming's own Cheese and RockChalk. This will be a pretty fire matchup, and as from this point on, we'll be doing best of 3 matches. So our quarterfinals, semifinals, etc. All of them will be best of 3. So we're going to see a minimum of 270 runs from both of these players right here, right now. I'm joined in the booth by I Am Not a Cola, or for sure just Cola. How are you doing before this race, man?
I'm doing great, and this is going to be a huge honor to watch these two go at it. Obviously, most people know Cheese, may not know RockChalk, but they're both incredibly talented players. I'm expecting some close races here today.
Same here. I mean, if nothing else, RockChalk has demonstrated that he can punch far above his weight that most think that he's at. Like, most would think of him as just a mid-top level player, but he's dethroned basically all the top guard at some point. He's beaten Cheese in a race. He's beaten D whatever in a race before. Like, it's definitely not unfounded to say RockChalk is going to come out of this the victor. So at the very least, I'm expecting 2 really close races, but ultimately I'm expecting 3 races in this one.
And you know, that would be huge for RockChalk's stock, unintentional rhyming, because if you can get 3 races out of Cheese and possibly even win, that's about as good as you can do for your stock. So definitely go hit both of these players with a follow on Twitch after this match is over, because they definitely deserve your support.
Yeah, it'll be like both of these players deserve all the support that they get and more, honestly. But it'll pretty much just be a matter of who's in better shape today. I don't really think it's going to be exactly a matter of who's the definite better runner. Like, I mean, RockChalk is just a top level awesome runner in his own right. And Cheese, interestingly, practicing Vanish Cap, a star that you don't really see too often in 70. So I wonder what exactly the deal there is.
I wonder if he's going for it or if he's just playing a different level to warm up. Maybe it's a mental tactic.
Who knows? Maybe.
Messing around with us, just giving us a troll. He spoils us.
Also, hello to all of chat. I've seen numerous shoutouts from chat.
Yeah, what's up, everybody?
Super Viper suggesting maybe for 120 practice. Well, kind of odd timing for 120 practice.
Both of these players seems like they primarily run 120. Cheese was obviously the world record holder until a couple of days ago. Formal congrats from the GSA to Liam on taking down the new world record. And I love the little cola emoji that just got dropped in chat. RockChalk, though, is in the top 15. His PB I had loaded up just a second ago, 141. His 70-star PB was actually set over a year ago. So, well, it'll definitely be interesting to see how these two handle, obviously, a race that they've done at least 11 times this season, but something that might not be their primary focus.
Well, even whenever you see someone whose primary category isn't 70, ultimately 120 is a really good category for just improving at the game. Going at everything the game has to throw at you ultimately makes you a better player over time. And since both these players have run 120 for a considerable amount of time, I think we're going to be seeing like some definite high level stuff. And especially with backups, there's a lot of movement you get taught through 120 that you're able to use as a backup for something going wrong in 70. So ultimately, like you're right there. Their 120 experience will make this race a lot more dynamic.
All right, let's see if we can start 2 for 2 with Lakitu skips. RockChalk messed up the movement a little. Dang it.
Yeah.
The good news is he didn't fall into the moat. I mean, I've fallen into the moat before on Lakitu skip. I'm sure these players have at some point.
It just wastes so much time.
That's an instant reset offline, but in races that just sucks away over a minute, about 10 seconds after you take control of the character, and there's nothing more demoralizing than that.
Yeah, like for beginners going at Lakitu skip that shouldn't really reset if they don't get it, since they're able to save more than 8 seconds to many other things. Right. Like that's pretty much said, like that's the only thing you reset to is if you get moted. That's where you reset, but that's the only opportunity you get to.
Personally, I would reset if Bomb took more tries than necessary. I know we sat here a couple weeks ago, I don't remember for what match, but somebody took about 10 tries on that bomb clip. Thankfully, both players getting it first try here. I know they've done that so many times because that used to be the first star in 120. It's always the first star in 70. So they can probably do that clip in their sleep now that we're in the playoffs.
Oh yeah. Some players have a little trouble with it every now and again, but especially once you practice like trying to back up with the camera and everything. The camera is really the sneakiest part about trying to back it up. The camera is just in such an awkward position that like it really messes with your ability to make Mario go where you want him to. She's actually look like going past the rollout. You
dropping to 12-6 though.
Nice slide time, yeah. You should be able to roll out right from the slide like RockChalk's about to do here and just grab the star as part of a rollout, but sometimes it can fail for just bewildering reasons.
Actually, RockChalk ended up saving a couple frames because he went right into that star, so she's had the more impressive time, but RockChalk ultimately saved more time by going right into the star. Alright, well, here's the second big trick of the run, cannonless.
She's looks like he has a good setup.
Classic setup,
he's gonna grab the star, nice. RockChalk gonna be going for the same star. Same setup and everything, no texture setup to save a couple seconds. We're likely about to see Owless from Cheese, although he could be pulling out a 100 coin.
Well, after that Lakitu skip, both of these players getting bomb clip and cannonless first try, and that is a huge morale boost, although Cheese just missed a basic wall kick there. That was weird.
Yeah, like I don't think he hit B by accident. I think that was just he didn't hit A on time. Probably just pressed A early, and so wasn't able to react within the 5-frame window after that.
That's possible.
But 2 Owless just fine back to back. And now we're going to have the 100 coin coming right on up. And so Cheese is going to be going for the Pro Cycle 100 coin. RockChalk, I feel like is going to go for just standard full cycle, but okay, his opening cam indicates full cycle here. And Cheese didn't get the slope dive, so his Pro Cycle is put in a little bit of jeopardy right there. He should still be able to make it, but it might be a little bit awkward moving towards the wooden plank.
Oh, the truth!
Yeah, so he's going to have to long jump to it instead. Nice accounting for that angle, though. But a very weird long jump, like, off the plank.
Veteran move, though, by Cheese with the backup strat.
Oh, yeah. And RockChalk, meanwhile, able to get his full cycle very comfortably and able to do the standard ending movement like he expects to. But the bigger advantage is Cheese is lacking in a few coins. I don't think it'll affect his route. But RockChalk isn't going to have to worry about coin count whatsoever since he was able to grab the whole line on his way through the wooden platform.
Yeah, thankfully there's a ton of coins there at the bottom, so...
Yeah, I think Cheese only missed 1. I thought he had missed 2 earlier, so...
Yeah, it looks like there are 2 backup coins there. Meanwhile, RockChalk going for all of these here on the bottom. And he's going to grab that star and tie this race up at 6 in just a moment, but Cheese with a slight lead, just because of better execution on those hundreds.
Yeah, and the ending is really why you save time doing Cheese's cycle over RockChalk's cycle. Since the ending, you have to go much further away from the star to grab that last line of coins. But with Cheese's cycle, you just grab that at the start and technically don't lose any time on your way to the wooden platform.
Yeah, these 100 coin missions, they're going to end up being some of the longest stars in 70 star, because obviously if you have the chance to skip 50 star, you're going to skip the 50 longest stars. Wow, okay.
Yeah, Cheese diving a little too early somehow. I guess he just didn't go up the tree enough.
Rare sloppy movement out of Cheese.
Well, like you have to wait for Mario to climb up the tree just a little bit before you jump, and I guess he didn't quite wait enough somehow.
Still has about a 5 to 10 second lead as RockChalk coming up to this Whomp battle as well. But I was saying the 100 coin stars are really where this race could be won and lost. One sloppy 100 coin, and this race could be completely turned on its head. So.
Yeah, and looming over you the entire race is TTC 100. Like right at the end of the run, at a minimum of 62 stars, you go in for a minute of just vertical platforming that all can easily go wrong.
Exactly, and can go wrong drastically. 1 pixel could be the difference between landing on a platform and losing a couple seconds and falling off the level and losing over a minute.
Yeah. Cheese pulling out the double jump tower strat. Nice.
All right.
And then getting a ledge grab right in the end to slow it right back down, but RockChalk coming out with this, just the standard triple jump. Yeah, so regarding the version difference, RockChalk running on English is going to save him a couple seconds throughout the run, about 2 to 3. Cheese may have chosen to run on JP because there is actually a difference in text scrolling On the English version, every 9 frames, you're allowed to scroll a text box when you have like multiple text boxes in a row. But on Japanese, you're only allowed to scroll every 11 frames. So that timing that Cheese might be used to from running 120 star, he might be so used to that right now that he just doesn't feel comfortable switching back to English. He feels like he'll probably lose that like 2 to 3 second advantage in inaccurate text scrolling. Or it might have just been like that he just forgot to switch the cartridges. Either way, it doesn't make a huge difference in gameplay unless Cheese decides to go for double pillarless. Then it might make a slight difference in how he decides to approach a specific star, but ultimately JP versus English doesn't make a huge difference in how you're playing the game. It's really just in how comfortable you are scrolling the text boxes.
CCHR1S asks if these players are playing the remastered version on Switch. I wish we could play the remastered version on Switch, but we gotta wait a little bit for that.
Yeah, not quite out of the even rumor phase just yet, unfortunately.
Hopefully that comes to light, though.
Well, we'll have to see. Oh, nice rollout tech skip from RockChalk there. It's hard to hit that button exactly where you need to. Like, you can't just ram right into the button from the top. Like, you'll just end up bonking right into it. You have to approach it out from the side, and Mario moves fairly quickly, like when you're trying to adjust his angle vertically like that. So, like, it's definitely a difficult strat to pull off reliably.
Yeah, RockChalk pulling out all the stops here in the playoffs as Cheese has just under a 10-second lead as we head into the first Bowser course. Of course, Bowser throws not particularly a factor in the first 2 battles, but I'm sure over the course of this season we've seen quite a few matches change because of Bowser throws.
Oh, definitely. But there have also been many matches that change just due to the stage. Like, it's very easy to mess up in this stage. But both players hitting a very comfy shig cycle. RockChalk on his way to his own shig.
Nice job. So really clean movement out of both players so far. Nothing particularly glaring.
Again, both players just advancing right into the Bowser fight. This is what you like to see, a pretty close matchup, not really altered a whole lot by Whomps. Oh, geez. Oh, not missing a throw. Okay.
He's shaking his head. He knew that could have gotten away from him.
RockChalk also not missing his throw.
Chat's still joking about the Switch remaster. Not quite yet, guys. Not quite yet. Though I wonder if they'll patch out some of the more infamous tricks, like the wall clips and the especially the backwards long jump. That'll be really interesting to see if Nintendo's done their homework.
I think they already patched that out in DS, so I'm not expecting that type of glitch, although I know that there was still wall clipping in DS.
Yeah, there were definitely an interesting assortment of glitches in DS. Some different movement there from RockChalk.
Yeah,
that was
probably
for a different star completely for a second.
Yeah, the slide on the slope you mainly see in stars like SSL Reds in 120. But you do sometimes see it on this star. I don't know exactly how much it saves, but I'm sure it's not even like half a second.
Darth Aragon 200 dropping the game knowledge. BLJs are patched out in the Shindo version. That was a version released in China in the early 2000s.
Yeah, and then the Shindo edition was also released in like Japan is like a Rumble Pack enhanced version. It was part of like a number of different Shindo versions of various games. Like Wave Race 64 also got a Shindo edition that just has Rumble Pack support and a few bug fixes.
So these players now deviating from the path. Cheese just got wall kicks, and Rock going for Lil Penguin. So we'll see how they come out of CCM, especially if they're using different strategy, because this is where the path starts to deviate. Looks like
and here we see Cheese going to be going for the CCM 18 route. I think RockChalk has been going for 17 in recent races, so I think he's going to be going for 17 here as well.
And again, I wonder if his strategy is sort of changing because it's the playoffs, because it's Cheese. Just he knows he has to pull out all of the stops.
That could certainly be a consideration. And wall kicks almost work for RockChalk. That bonk can be a lot more devastating if you're not careful. You can hit that corner in a position where Mario will just fall off the edge of the stage.
But a fantastic save, though, with that quadruple wall kick.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you get that underside movement really clean, you can make that strat even faster than the beginner strat, even while you're still like doing wall kicks and like going on the underside as a quote backup.
And now we can confirm that RockChalk going for the 17-star route. Gonna go in and grab all the coins in the slide instead of grabbing them when he's racing the penguin, as I'm guessing Cheese is about to do. And he is. So Cheese will be exiting with an extra star that RockChalk will make up trying to get an extra bomb clip in Shifting Sandland. So the potential for high drama early in this match. And I'm especially curious as we get to these best of threes if they'll change strategies between races. Say, for instance, that RockChalk gets the double pillarless, will that inspire Cheese to go for it in game 2? Or if RockChalk struggles with it, will that inspire him to go for the single pillarless in game 2?
That's a huge dynamic with these best of 3 races that'll be really interesting to see.
And I love this category has some malleability, so to speak. Really 120, you have to collect all the stars, pretty much the same route every time, but 120, there's a lot of deviations from the path, so to speak.
Ooh! Oh, yeah, Cheese playing it really risky there. You can see the look on his face. Okay. Yeah, I was a little worried for like how he would turn whenever he got back on the slide, but his face really said it all there. That was really risky, him long jumping right like that. When you grab the star, the penguin can still push you while you're in the star grab animation. And even though you'll still get the 100 coin star, if you hit the death plane, like you're just dying before you get the penguin race star.
All right, everyone catch your breath. We're on to Big Boo's haunt. RockChalk going up top here. This is always a tricky movement. Not that it's a particular struggle, but if Big Boo doesn't cooperate, you end up falling off of the slope. That loses a bunch of time, and none of these players want to do that. Now he's going to head back in for Secret of the Haunted Books as Cheese goes for Big Boo.
Oh, Cheese having a little issue with that balcony roof.
We need to get heart rate monitors. Cheese is probably through the roof after nearly falling off on CCM.
Yeah, that's such a brutal time loss that, like, I have to imagine he must have been extremely nervous. Because at that point, your only option really is to either re-race the penguin or just decide to go ahead and go for the double pillarless strat. That's really your only choice at that point, is just go for double plus.
RockChalk, not quite in the lead. They have deviated strategies, so we will see how they are coming out of Shifting Sandland that RockChalk is going into now. He has one less star, which requires him to do an extra pillarless. Cheese had about a 10-second lead after Dark World, so I'm guessing that lead is fairly similar, because neither player has made any particular mistakes.
RockChalk moving on into plus.
All right, let's see. Moment of truth.
He's got Big Bomb. He's got the Tama regrab. He's got the double jump off the slope, and he is in there.
One down, one to go.
With that, he's pretty well guaranteed a slight lead over Cheese, or at least a very, very close proximity race.
Well, we'll see if both players can wrap up this pillarless, see if Cheese can get it first try, if RockChalk can get his second first try. A lot of backups, though, is the good news if you fail a couple times.
All right, nicely. Okay, okay. I think he may have even chosen that death because the slope changes angle slightly. Cheese able to get single plus first try at least. So he's definitely going to be taking the lead out of this. I don't think RockChalk really had much choice, though. If you kind of saw the angle he was at, he would have ended up on the side of the pyramid once he got over there. The regrab failing, his muscle memory, he's kind of downing it, I think, after that first mistake.
Perhaps. Good news is
he's taking his first backup here.
Star there. She's good execution here on the Condor Star.
Okay, RockChalk, third attempt at plus. He's gotten 2 big bomb grabs. Let's see this third one. It's still a big bomb. It's still Tama plus. Barely any time on the slope after the regrab.
Oh, come on, come on.
He's still got the angle.
Oh, he's got it.
Good. Okay, okay.
Well, the good news is he doesn't lose too much time. He did take a death, which probably cost him about 15 seconds. But
yeah,
a
little
good
bonk
puzzle
so
so
far. A
far.
little bit more time. She's already done with SSL. RockChalk, a 7-second star, but add the time of the star select and everything else. And he still has a decent deficit, but he's also still within firing range of Cheese. Within the basement still, I would say.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, there's so many opportunities later in this run. TTC, as you mentioned, Rainbow Ride. Like, runs can absolutely go to die in Tippy. So let's not act like this is over by any stretch.
Ooh, RockChalk with the really, really nice single jump strat in the middle of Talon Star there. Using a single jump, you can actually maintain a ton of speed going across that slope. Yeah, LLL can easily go south. Like, you don't see it too often, but like the bully stars, for instance, it's somewhat easy to take a death during them since you have to take a burn right at the start. You're already at a compromised health.
Right, and especially on the triple bullies, if they don't cooperate, then time just starts to drip away. 5 seconds can turn into 10, can turn into 15.
Yep.
So, solid execution there by RockChalk on the first bully star. Cheese has already grabbed red coins in the rolling log. Now gonna head into the volcano.
All right, let's see. Lava boost here from Cheese. Long jump boost. He almost landed on that pointed rock. Landing up there is pretty much instant fail, but not getting the ending right, just not quite jumping at the right time there. But he had enough coins that he's able to actually just try the boost again. And still going for the same ending, and he's paying for it. 1 wedge of health left. I think the decision now is just to go up to the top of the volcano. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what I was talking about right here. This is the type of stuff that can just happen in this stage.
Exactly right. Cheese didn't have the health to go for the backup, which would be to take a burn once and then take the elevator star. The walk of shame, so to speak. Yeah, if RockChalk can get good execution here, he's going to make up a ton of time on Cheese, who just took 2 bad attempts and then had to take the long way. RockChalk going to go for rolling log star. Excellent clip there off the top. Loses your cap, so you can just dive right into it. Cheese, meanwhile, going for the elevators.
Nicely done.
Oh, maybe not!
Takes a big fall there. The volcano just not treating him well at all.
What is going on? Cheese on fire in all the wrong ways. See what I did there? Because it's a lava stage.
Did you get my joke? Please say it. Should we write him back and let him know we got his joke?
Cheese transforming into a fondue. Yeah, unfortunately.
Accurate.
Well, time for RockChalk.
Slightly hazardous lava land. Yep. Not quite lethal, but more like time-wasting lava land.
TLLL, time lost lava land.
There you go. Perfect.
Well, in any event, Cheese with a good single bully star. RockChalk nails the first volcano, and that already is a ton of time save. Cheese, though, done with LLL. RockChalk just has to get the elevator star, which is absolutely not free. Oh, wait a minute. No, they're even. Because
yeah,
Cheese
similar
has to get
star
the triple
counts.
bully.
And in fact, elevator is even faster than triple bully, I believe.
Yeah, so after those volcano mishaps, RockChalk will at least make up all of the difference that he lost with some pillarless issues and the Lakitu skip miss earlier. And RockChalk in a slight lead, only a couple seconds, but I mean, we said not to count him out, and now he's in the lead.
What did I say? RockChalk was within firing range going into LLL, and with that, RockChalk in the lead on the way on out.
I mean, we were talking about some upstairs time saves. I'm not sure any of us expected quite what happened.
Yeah, I certainly wasn't expecting that big of an issue with the Volcano stars. I mean, having that large of an issue with both of the stars, it's not unseen, but it's still very, very rare. I think a lot of that, though, lended to Cheese going for that really, really fast ending to Lava Boost. I mean, it does definitely save time over the pole grab ending that RockChalk did, but ultimately RockChalk is in the lead now, and that speaks for all of it.
Nothing particularly tricky here in Dire Docks. Obviously, if one of them falls into the whirlpool, that would lose a ton of time. But this is the playoffs. I'm not sure either player will be doing that.
Yeah, it's really only the second and fourth chests that you ever have to worry about. Like the movement, once you've practiced it enough times, gets really rhythmic and fluid. But making sure that you're grabbing the second and fourth chests optimally is really important. Going too far left on the second chest just wastes a ton of time since you're getting sucked in pretty hard by the vortex if you have to turn around for a backup. And then the fourth chest, turning really tight on it is important to make sure you avoid lag during the ending cutscene and make yourself closer to where the star spawns.
Let's take a look here at sub.
It looks like a rear sub from RockChalk since he's setting the camera up on his right-hand side. Cheese, though, left sub, or front sub with cam on the left side.
Certainly RockChalk going for the safe move here. He knows that Pillarless didn't go his way, and he doesn't want to take any particular chances, but Cheese has done front sub a million times, so no issues for him.
He's able to get it consistently here. Really nice to see.
Yeah, front sub doesn't save a ton of time, but you can certainly lose a ton of time, so really...
Oh, easily.
Yeah, I think really only the runners go for it if they're feeling particularly confident.
It's one of the many tricks in this game that only saves time if you get it your first try. And so, like, just like Owlus, like, it feels great when you get it, but awful when you don't.
Well, no issues with janky hitboxes on the Manta Ray, and they both collect the star. So, nearly tied, about a 2-second difference going into Fire Sea. This is the first game of the playoffs overall, and we might not get any better ones than this. But if
this is what we have in store, I guess.
These watchers.
All right, so Fire Sea cycles coming out from both players. Let's see. Lava Boost pace easily still for both. Ending up a little bit low on the pole, but it's not a huge issue.
Looks like Cheese had a little bit quicker movement, although he takes the burn strat. So they should be right about on the same cycle, unless
looks like Lava Boost for both. Nicely done.
Hold on.
Right. Now finishing with that rollout, they're able to get the good ending on both sides. Really, really nice Fire Sea from both players. RockChalk with a little bit of an extra leap in the star, and that actually makes up considerable time for Cheese.
Look at this, head-to-head, neck and neck.
And Cheese actually with the lead with better ending movement.
But a single frame difference.
All right. Let's see the throws. Both going with a standard 2-spin throw. Let's see who's going to close this out in the lead. Just throwing Bowser at different speeds can actually affect the lead a bit.
Oh my gosh, look
at just a little bit faster.
This is incredible.
This is like dead synced. Okay, well.
I know we unfortunately had to postpone pace, but when we were using the advertisement, we had a clip of nearly synced movement in Mario 64, and I feel like I'm watching that, but in real time. These players absolutely synced up heading into Okay, never mind.
Cheese just didn't want the sync anymore.
Very interesting single pause strat. I have not seen. He heard me talking about the sync. He wanted to jinx it.
Cheese has mentioned before that he does actually listen to the commentary during races sometimes. So I halfway think he just did that out of spite. He just was like, I'm kind of tired of the sync. And
Cheese, if you can hear me, blink 10 times. Look, there's one.
But I definitely think that,
2,
like,
3.
He certainly one argument for why he might have done it that way is he knows that he does a different route in Wet Dry World. Often is she's actually missing the jump onto that spider at the front, or the skater as we call it here, and that loses considerable time. But able to get the triple jump midway through the star. But since he does this different route, maybe he wanted to break the sync a little bit earlier. That might have been his plan.
Well, in any event, RockChalk on a great pace for hundreds here, and
he gets shocked by the amp.
Now Cheese going for hundreds. Great RNG on the box.
Cheese with a really nice coin grab. The one coin that got away from him, he was able to pick up later on. Wasn't able to wall kick there, though.
Careful there, careful!
Okay, good. He only ended up missing one coin at least. So he still has, like, perfect coin count. Won't have to pick up the backup box. Unless he misses one more.
Yeah, there are a couple safety coins built into a lot of 100-coin routes. And no exception here. Solid elevator movement from RockChalk. So really, other than that Skeeter miss, very solid Wet Dry Worlds by both players. And really, the Skeeter miss doesn't lose that much time. A couple seconds. And
all right, so now
did have to grab all 5 on that platform, but he's got 100 without the backup box. RockChalk with a very solid top of the town.
Yeah, nicely done on both ends.
My screen lagged for a second. I thought RockChalk was about to save and quit. One more star here in Wet Dry World. Gonna grab the Aerolift star. Kind of a misnomer because everyone just warps to it.
Yeah, the aerolifts aren't the shocking part about this star. The shocking part is that they just left you a warp right to it.
Bit of an oversight. Or maybe intentional, I don't know.
I mean, almost definitely a intentional little nod, but kind of a, I don't know, one that's very, very easy to overlook. I certainly didn't know that warp was there for a very, very long time.
I'm gonna level with you, having learned the game from watching others. I'm pretty sure I've done that route once, ever, and only just to say that I did it.
Right.
Good secret by RockChalk. She's got to slide down.
Yeah, the emote's coming out from chat here.
Oh.
I mean, THI just not a great stage ultimately. At the end of the day, it's hard to suck it up in a minute, but it really is.
We do have some RockChalk emotes, at least. Wouldn't RockChalk love to come out of THI with the lead, especially with an emote that says how much this level sucks? Great! Ah, dang it! Well, he's got or was that intentional?
Well, not quite a great mountain clip. Ideally, you want a long jump off of that first area there. And she's having to like kind of do that jump over to the side, but his Z press coming out for some odd reason there. Yeah, you could see him kind of thinking there about how exactly that happened. Get out of here with that opinion, Wilco. What's wrong with you? THI is sometimes not the worst. What do you mean? It's always a terrible stage. Get on out. Leave.
Wow. Commentators straight up calling out one of the moderators. Angry on main.
mean, I can't help when other runners have bad opinions. Love you, Wilco. Shoutouts to Wilco Clip.
In any event, great piranhas by both players. And that's it. Going off to talk to Toad.
All right. Yeah, TTM coming up next, also known as Diet Tippy. The stage that should be a Tippy stage, but just isn't quite high enough in the castle. We got two of these mountain clips that RockChalk is executing here. A difficult red coin star that honestly kind of rivals some 100 coin stars and how hard its movement is to pull off. And just some other odds and ends in between. She's going right on in on reds, pulling out the speed kick strats, rolling out onto that first shroom, gets another rollout right on the end of the shrooms. Just absolutely pro movement here. Beautiful side flip triple there. And then a side flip wall kick to clench it all out.
And I believe the star grab should be no issue, and it is not. Tremendous red coins there by Cheese.
That was like just outrageously good. And anything you could optimize there, Cheese pretty well did.
Yeah, showing why many consider him the best in the world, RockChalk.
I mean, Faluza pretty much saying it all in chat. D whatever, is that you? Like that looked like D whatever's reds. Oh, and Cheese did the Breeze Star, was going to try to set up for the nice and fast jump kick, but ended up having to settle for the kind of roundabout one around the Chucky.
Yeah, Chucky didn't want to cooperate there. RockChalk going for Breezeless.
Not
oh,
quite
no,
good.
almost had it.
Just the height not quite there.
And nothing would have gotten Chad energized quite like a Breezeless clip there, but great movements by both runners. Really, the only major mistake has been Cheese in the Volcano and RockChalk on Pillarless. And those about canceled each other out, so we've had a tremendous race here.
Yeah.
And like I said, if we can keep this pace up for the entire playoffs, we're going to have a tremendous playoff.
No doubt about that. Oh, RockChalk, a little bit messier of a reds. Kind of going with some overall more basic strats and not able to pull off some of the advanced stuff he was going for there, like the side flip wall kick. That's going to waste a ton of time. The maze, of course, induces a fair amount of lag. She's diving right past the top of the mountain star.
Yeah, it looked like the lag just prevented him from side flipping for some reason. Just either overcompensated or the game didn't read his inputs right. Not totally sure what happened. And then Cheese just
sometimes
I don't know, too much height. Looks like they'll both be going for the Lonely Mushroom. So Cheese in a very slight lead. Only a couple seconds, though. Bruhemo, this is best of 3, so we're guaranteed at least one more race. If each runner wins one race, we go to a winner-take-all third race. And it's a single elimination playoffs, so winner moves on to the semifinals, loser goes home. I mean, they're both physically home, but you know what I mean.
And with
I think everyone kind of has to be home right now.
Yeah. With those Reds mistakes, RockChalk falling into a deficit before entering into Snowman's land. But he's pretty well holding toe for toe with Cheese through Big Head. Let's see how the rest of the stars go.
Evasion, if it ties on the third, I guess we go and count frames. And if it ties on the third frame, then we'll worry about it then. It's one of those bridges we cross when we get to it. In any event, 2 solid whirls there.
All right, now into the deep freeze coming out from Cheese here. As RockChalk coming out with the same star. Just clean execution on both sides. Not any real huge difference.
Heading off to chill with the bully now. Thankfully, both of these runners doing the stars in the same order, which really shows us how the lead is broken down.
Yeah, and like the near sync of everything, just a nice call response gameplay that we keep seeing from both sides. I always like when races are this close.
Exactly. They've kept this close pace up, since Lethal Lava Land?
I mean, pretty much. I mean, RockChalk leading with a mild lead from LLL, and she's recovering it in TTM. That was really just the major momentum shifts, honestly. Oh, RockChalk bonking on the hallway, and she's not getting MIPS. Okay, how is second try going to work here? Oh, narrowly getting the grab, but RockChalk's already got him. RockChalk's going to be in the lead now.
Wow! So
and she's even further away.
We thought RockChalk was going to lose time because of the bonk. Wrong chunk, whatever. And then Cheese, because of that MIPS, allows RockChalk to capitalize, take the lead on castle movement. You never want to lose the lead on castle movement.
Yeah, that's devastating. Losing the lead to MIPS like that is...
And you can see in Cheese's facial expression, he knows. RockChalk, I think, has been a statue. I don't think I've seen his face change a single bit.
He's known to not really watch his other opponents when they're racing, so he probably has no idea what this progression is like. He's just giving it his most stern focus possible. Nice first try triple box jump here.
If RockChalk comes in for an interview, we'll have to look at how incredibly synced up this race has been.
Just Feed is saying that Rock should probably call in a favor with his older brothers, the Boulders here. I guess we'll see what Cheese's Boulders look like, and if we have to investigate RockChalk for potential collusion with RNG.
Gets the first try metal cap skip. Don't remember what that trick's called.
And Christmas Miracle.
Ah, that's right. I remember you telling me that story.
And the Metalhead Mario can move, as it turns out. Just not well enough for us to ever bother using him in a speed run.
Technically, if you go into Metal Cap, you are forced to use Metal Mario.
Yeah, you get to use him for 1 star if you are doing 120. And then that's it.
And not even the entire star if it runs out. In any event, neither of these runners will be getting Metal Cap for obvious reasons.
Yeah, it's a little bit too out of the way, especially since you have to go through HMC to grab it.
At the 40-minute mark here, and both of these runners neck and neck as, wow, fantastic boulder RNG from RockChalk, so maybe he did call in a hit.
RockChalk advancing just slightly ahead going into Tippy. But this is, I mean, more than many other races, this is really what it's going to come down to, is who's going to end up succumbing to Tippy's influence and who's going to overcome it. It's just such an easy set of stages to lose a ton of time in for just all sorts of little mistakes, ultimately. It'll just be a matter of, like, as I've said many times, who's playing better today.
Into Rainbow Ride.
All right, likely going to be starting with Lakitu Bounce here, but no RockChalk already defying expectation by going for swinging in the breeze.
Yeah, it looked like he... okay, Cheese didn't like the Lakitu setup, so he's going for Maze Red Coins. RockChalk on the backup. Love that backup. Misses the star grab, though. Yeah, it looked like RockChalk punched at the very beginning as Cheese having a lot of trouble all of a sudden here in the maze. Don't clip through!
Okay, yeah, good. I think clipping through wouldn't have been the end of the world because, like, I want to say the stone platform extends a little bit under the maze itself, but it still would have been pretty bad.
Okay.
RockChalk is going to be able to do Lakitu bounce this try around.
Oh,
Maybe
maybe
the wooden
not.
plank not hitting A fast enough. He was able to do the bounce, just not the part afterwards. The actually important part to finishing the star.
That's fair.
She's with an opposite side Lakitu bounce here.
And he's going to get it.
Other rotating platform. Nicely done.
So really, Cheese got its second try. RockChalk has already got Swinging in the Breeze. So if RockChalk gets it here, that won't be too much of a time loss.
Yeah, it does end up being a fairly long star, even with the Lakitu bounce strat, but it's not that much longer than, like, say, Tricky Triangles. RockChalk looks like he should be, yeah, okay. He's able to get the jump this time, but misses the second jump there.
Okay. A little curious. And then going to the right side, he's already collected Swing in the Breeze, right?
He's already collected Swing in the Breeze, but not Tricky Triangles.
Yeah, wouldn't you go to the left side for Tricky Triangle?
Only if you're doing, like, the more pro strat for it. It's much easier to reach that platform if you long jump from the right side like RockChalk did.
Gotcha.
But you do see a lot of people like Cheese, for instance, that'll go for Tricky Triangles with the left side. It's a little bit faster, but the long jump is much harder to make.
Alright, RockChalk went for a third try Lakitu bounce, and if he misses this, he's going to be in some trouble.
Yep.
He's already collected all his backups.
Okay, he's finally on the pole.
But this ending is not free, everybody. He's got a long jump, and he does get the ending, so that's a relief. Cheese onto TikTok clock, about 15 seconds ahead or so.
A really nice time going into TTC as he's starting off. Time jumps on moving bars.
Or if this is ever the section where runs go to die, it's this one.
Easily. RockChalk getting started with just standard reds, no 100 coin, taking a page out of Cheese's book. A lot of players honestly start TTC with 100 coin, so...
I wonder if that's more of a psychology, because you either don't want to mess it up and get salty down the stretch, or if you... Okay, hold on. Cheese changing his mind. He's going to go for hundreds here. Looked like he was just going for traditional reds.
Yeah, and he's got one extra coin since a Bob-omb just chose to die in front of him.
Not
kind of an interesting move.
Particularly helpful.
He could have actually skipped over that coin that he just went back for, but it'll definitely be a lot more productive in the later coin boxes. If you get a little bit of bad RNG from one of the last coin boxes, you could always use that extra coin to help save you. RockChalk also soaring through his own 100 coin.
Pretty solid 100 coins by both players so far. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that platform. Panicked for a second. So both of these players should be in good shape. Although Cheese missing the star, that doesn't lose a ton of time.
Nicely done for the end on RockChalk's side.
Oh, Cheese though, missing the jump up to the thwomp. He's gonna stomp on the thwomp.
The thwomp has now been stomped. Give me my star.
Hey, Mario almost got stomped by the thwomp, but a great backup.
Endless shoutouts to that backflip backup from D Whatever.
Alright, where's RockChalk going next?
Now, Cheese diving, it looks like... Okay, he is going to be able to grab the red star there.
Gonna get Pendulum. Looks like there it is. Three more stars in this stage. Cheese probably also going for Pendulum. Yep.
Nicely done from Cheese.
Great movement. I assume this is the top cage star. Chalk.
Oh, okay. He's going to be grabbing the get a hand star instead, taking a little bit of a fall there.
Okay, then. I'll allow it.
Cheese with another time-moving triple jump wall kick. Goes on in for roll into the cage.
Which RockChalk, I assume, is going for here. And then he's got to go back for timed jumps on not-so-moving bars.
Consider that cage rolled into.
And then just get a hand left for Cheese.
Wilco just coming out with the amazing puns. Luckily, that star is there to give him a hand. Funny story.
Holy
Wilco.
cow, we got 1,100 viewers?
Well, hello, 1,100 viewers.
These players are draws. Well, you've tuned in just in time for a fantastic race. This has been neck and neck. Really, this about 20-second lead is as big as this lead has gotten all day. We've had multiple lead changes. And now we go to Bowser in the Sky.
RockChalk a little bit behind, but as you were probably about to say, sorry for interrupting, but
oh no.
Like this lead could go either way at this point in the stage. We've seen plenty of mistakes from plenty of racers on every part of the stage, so it's definitely not impossible for one of them to come up again.
Now we'll see how the execution in the stage is to see how many Bowser throws Cheese has at his disposal. Looks at this rate like 2. So if I'm not mistaken, each Bowser throw is 10 seconds.
And goes for moving right side, misses, but he's able to use a nice backup. He's just gonna completely forget moving right side, go for left side instead.
Smart strategy there, especially if he knows that he has some time, because RockChalk's a little behind. So that takes him down to about 1 Bowser throw, unless RockChalk loses some time here, which he does.
Yeah, losing a little bit of time before he's actually gotten to this wall kick. Moving left side.
And he misses! How far is he going to go down? Onto the wooden platform, so that gives Cheese a couple extra Bowser throws at his disposal.
Yeah, he's got a lot of time in this race now. All right.
He's gonna miss
the
Bowser grab. Oh no! And there's the third hit. Cheese is gonna come away with the dub in game number 1.
Before the star platform even falls, just Cheese already ready to clutch out the win with a nice mid 49. GG's on this round 1 win.
Yet Rock was easily on sub 50 pace until the miscues here in the sky. But now we see, RockChalk, some unfortunate mistakes at the end. If he would have cleaned this up, if he would have got perfect double pillarless, maybe this race goes to RockChalk. So very well, we could be seeing RockChalk taking game 2 if he cleans some of that up.
Oh yeah, the ending was, I think, like his single biggest overall time loss, and like you said, double plus not going well was also a pretty significant time loss. It'll be interesting to see what exactly his approach is going into this game 2, trying to force a game 3.
Thank you to Fairy Nuff Muffin for subscribing. There were a couple other subscribers I saw earlier. I'm sorry if I missed you. RockChalk sees that he's been defeated, and he will not give Bowser the satisfaction of a clean defeat.
And so we'll be getting right underway with race 2 in this series in just a moment. She's going into this with a little over a minute lead on the first race, at least. RockChalk, of course, not finishing that first race. And so she's going to be looking to just go ahead and clinch out the series, eliminate RockChalk, and continue on to the semis. RockChalk, though, looking to force a game 3 with this next one.
She's stretching out. Speedrunning, you wouldn't think is a fit, but he wants to be loose, he wants to be limber.
Yeah, you definitely want to stay as active as you can, like getting up between races and stuff. Just sitting in one stationary spot throughout that potential 3-hour stretch could be just really debilitating.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if this does go for 3 games. RockChalk, though, content to chill out, play round 2. They do say pause for 5 to 10 minutes every hour. Optimal physical health, of course. Speedrun speedrunners known to not do that. You've seen some of these really long runs. TJK, Cheese took down game number 1. It was neck and neck the whole way. Unfortunately, RockChalk slipped up in Bowser in the Sky. It looked like prior to Bowser in the Sky, he was well on his way to a sub 50, took 2 falls, and then missed a Bowser throw and didn't complete his run. Now, in the regular season, it would have really mattered that RockChalk complete his run because in addition to wins and losses, there were points based on how quickly you finished in comparison to your opponent. Not so much in the playoffs because it's just best of 3. Somebody's got to win 2 of the 3. Somebody's got to move on. Somebody's got to get eliminated. And we do not reseed for the semifinals. So, RockChalk just going to get that out of his head and send some text messages to loved ones, I'm sure. Trying to get some inspiration to take 2 in a row from Cheese. Looks like we have some time to kill here. So everyone go take a stretch, take a bathroom break.
Hey, grab your favorite snacks. This might be the last round of this set. And of course, later on today, starting at 7:30 EST, we'll have Benji versus JJ SRL, that quarterfinal match starting. We'll be saving the other 2 quarterfinal matches till next week. D Whatever versus Heisenberger, and then Punkation versus Drogi. Those 2 quarterfinal matches will be again next week, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And I know all 3 of those races are going to be fantastic, keeping up the momentum we've had from spectacular game 1 that just unfortunately got out of hand from RockChalk and Tippy.
Yeah, and I think it's really just like the points that RockChalk really needed to perform in this first run, the really precise points of the run, pillarless, Lakitu bounce. He just wasn't quite able to pull out what he needed to.
Which is a shame because everything else was very solid. I mean, I'm trying to think of every other major trick, and I'm pretty sure he got almost all of them.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe if he decides to go for just single plus in this next round coming up, if that might make a little bit of a difference in how his nerves will end up, especially going into the late game somehow. I don't really know what else he can do to be approaching Lakitu bounce differently.
Yeah, that's a good point. Definitely, we mentioned earlier in game 1 that these player strategies could change. I think we'll see the same from Cheese, single pillarless. But I wonder if RockChalk will go down to single pillarless, or if he feels that down 1-0, he has to put the screws to Cheese here. And that's something I'm sure that we'll ask him in the interview.
Oh, definitely. A lot of questions to keep in mind until we get that interview. Could be 2 hours from now.
Yeah, very true. I hope my dinner doesn't get cold. 6 o'clock for me here on the East Coast. I am also taking the opportunity to stretch. Well, looks like we're about to get started. Cheese is back from his short break. Dropping a GL bub in our group chat. Erasing his save file, and we should be ready any second now. Both players giving us the go-ahead, and we're getting the countdown. Deep breaths from both players. A ruffle of the hair. And
we got the countdown at 0. Should be... Yep, we got the reset coming.
And we are underway. She's about half a second ahead on those reset strats. And now RockChalk takes his break during the Peach message.
Yeah, he's got about a minute, so, it's a nice time to take a little break, grab yourself some water real quick.
Wonder if he kind of had an oh crap moment as soon as he said ready. When he's back, what did he bring? Nothing. All right.
He may have just needed to check on Frank or something. Shoutouts to Frank. Let's see some Frankerzies in chat or the special Frank emotes if you got them. Can this world record right now, as of this moment? Yes. In about 10 seconds, probably not.
Well, the good news is RockChalk gets Lakitu skip. He did not get Lakitu skip first.
And so now Cheese just looks like he has a mild lead, but throughout the run, that lead that Cheese looks like he has will end up getting taken away due to the text boxes slowing him down just a bit.
All right, first major trick of the run here, the bomb clip. Both players got it first try. This time, Cheese taking a scenic route.
Yeah, nice wide detour. And RockChalk, meanwhile, ground pounds under the star just to make sure that there's a solid floor underneath him. And Cheese going to be headed into the slide. RockChalk headed into the slide. Everyone knows what that means. Let's go ahead and get out some playoff guesses. Cheese, I think, is going to come in with a nice second 12-6. RockChalk, I think, is going to be a little bit more modest with a 12-8.
I'm going to go matching 12-7s.
Ooh, the dueling 12-7s.
Yeah, we saw some very synchronized movement last time. I think we're going to see some synchronized movement. Let's see what we got. Good hit from Cheese, and he's got a 12-6, just as he did in the first race.
And a 12-8 from RockChalk. All right.
Well done to Electric.
I try.
Wow, Bruhama with a no-chill 13-3.
What do you think is going to happen? That one of these players will just fall asleep during the slide? Come on. Well, 13-3 is the type of time that I would get.
I would get like somewhere in the 17s because I do the wussy skip.
Hi, Uzi. And so we got probably, yeah, just Canalus on both sides yet again. Oh.
Alright. She's got RockChalk with the interesting setup, but he's got it anyway.
Yeah, RockChalk missing the initial ledge grab, so having to take some extra time to set it up again. Yeah, Steve gave me an outdated script. It's just happening to be right in a few spots.
See, WrestleMania was yesterday, Electric.
Oh, I see.
You missed your cutoff.
All right. RockChalk with an Owlus attempt. And it's good getting a little bop on the fence. Yes, Pyrobite, it is best of 3.
She's going for hundreds. Now, he took a different approach there. He went for Pro Cycle last time. And I think RockChalk going for Pro Cycle this time, if I'm not mistaken.
It looks like it. I'll have to see whether that pays off for him. He got his momentum a little bit stopped by that fence, but he should still be fine. Be able to get on the platform as it's moving away.
Or wait. No, I'm sorry. Cheese went for Pro Cycle. RockChalk went for Full Cycle. And RockChalk just missed a red coin.
He'll be able to pick that up without too much time loss, at least.
Yeah, just mainly remembering that you missed that red coin.
Yeah.
Solid 100 by Cheese. Gonna dive right into the star. Looks like RockChalk might have missed a coin somewhere.
But no matter, a pretty well identical finish, just slight difference in route, full versus Pro Cycle.
Heading into quote-unquote shoot into the wild blue.
Yeah, shoot, just talking about how Mario moves super fast. I don't know.
Right? It's because if you miss it, you go, oh, shoot.
It has to be, because, I mean, there's no shooting involved. What, you're supposed to use a cannon for that? Come on. Who even uses cannons in this game?
No, there are no cannons instead.
Yeah.
I think there are in 120, because at bare minimum, you have to get the Island Star and Rainbow Ride, and 5 coin rings and Bob.
And the Cloud Stage Star, I don't think you can do without a cannon.
Yes.
Nice King Whomp fights from both players. Just got to complete top of the fortress, then we'll be well on with the rest of the run.
Pretty sure technically that's the only star you need a cannon for in the entire game. Shoutouts to Pan and Koic.
All right, Cheese with the yet again double jump top of the fortress strat, but slightly different mistake this time. Last time he just ledge grabbed the tower. This time he's going to be bonking on top of it.
Something about this tower, man. Not sitting right with Cheese. And another solid triple jump right into the star by RockChalk.
All right. Now, Cheese going back in on the slide. I think a 12-6 yet again from Cheese, but RockChalk improves to a 12-7 this time, I think.
I'm gonna go RockChalk is gonna go for the loser skip and get like a 17. Just kidding. I didn't have a joke prepared. And it's another 12-6, 12-8.
I mean, just three for the three I've seen at this point. I think I missed one slide during the last race.
Yeah, I missed the second slide. But yeah, the 3 that we've paid attention for, all been 12-6, 12-8.
All right, now some flying coming out. Cheese a few coins ahead.
Now RockChalk had that really because they had that really good cap grab or cap text skip. There we go. In game 1, unfortunately, he's gonna have to go an extra round here in game 2. He does need that wing cap, so he's gonna have to go all the way around. There.
And a nice rollout ending from the ground, at least. All right, now Cheese in Dark World, RockChalk just behind Dark World.
Tressus, Liam is not in this league, so can't make the playoffs if you are not in the league to begin with. Perhaps he was busy. I have not asked.
All right, now Cheese decently deep in Dark World on Shig pace. RockChalk just behind and also on Shig pace.
Liam was busy getting world record. Yeah, that's about right.
All right, Cheese completing the stage, or at least the moving platforms part of the stage. Those moving platforms that Cheese finished off like the 6 red coin on, they're on a continuous cycle from when you first enter the stage. And so you're wanting to hit them on a certain part of their cycle, like what RockChalk just did here, referred to as Shigeru cycle, which is one cycle slower than the fastest possible moving platform cycle. There's one faster cycle, Tsukishima cycle, that saves about 4 seconds. And there's a half cycle between the two called Shia cycle. But you do see Shia sometimes in runs, almost never Suki unless you're seeing PB attempts. And Shig is pretty well the standard that you'll see in races.
Hey, thanks for the bits and the kind words, Luckwoizo. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. You were very nice to us.
And thanks so much, 510 PogChamp bits.
Cheese, another scary Bowser throw. We almost jumped out of our seats with how close the throw was on the first game. Although has a pretty solid lead here in game 2. Of course, very early on. We've seen this lead can absolutely go back and forth.
Oh, easily. Let's go ahead and see the sky jump come on out.
See if RockChalk goes back to the slope dive movements.
And yes, he is.
It looks cool, if nothing else.
Yeah, that big double jump is just such a nice power leap. And nice just, like, he turns Mario into a dart when you're going up there. Cheese saving and okay, no, having to exit course from just re-entering the Bob painting.
He is something of a 120 specialist, and just muscle memory took over there. Thankfully, not losing a ton of time.
I mean, I guess that's one of the better points that you can exit course, save and quit, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been another thing if he did it in Tippy, but in Tippy, it's just worth it to die.
All right, now. Cheese heading on into the slide. Yet again, CCM 18 route being committed.
Cheese just
He hits the wall there. Oh, man.
Uh-huh. And it looks like RockChalk, as we had discussed, is on his way to a double.
That's what it appears so far. He's still got a chance to change up his route, but Cheese also not playing things too much differently. Maybe a little further away from that wall this time, but nice pro moonwalk there.
Nice.
When you kind of clip that ledge on the ice platforms like that, you end up going for a slightly faster form of moonwalk where you're not sliding against the wall, but it requires a much more precise stick angle.
And here RockChalk is on the point of no return. Cheese won game one. It was very close. Unfortunately, RockChalk lost a lot of time in Tippy and ultimately got caught up in Bowser in the Sky. But they were neck and neck for most of that race. And we're going to see certainly an interesting basement. RockChalk has to go for double pillarless again. He had, what, 3 failed attempts at it in game one?
Yeah, we'll just have to see if those 3 failed attempts carry through here. Especially, hopefully, like, one of the big problems is that one of those failed attempts was a pretty late death, like, to the double jump section.
Meanwhile, Cheese is going to go race the Penguin as RockChalk is done with Cool Mountain. It should be pretty even. Cheese took a lead just on better movement, but took a really weird death in Cool Mountain that should even things out. But we will not know until we get to Shifting Sandland. And that's where we're going to have to see RockChalk do double pillarless once again.
Yep, RockChalk just a few measly stars away. And this is definitely like an easy anxiety point in the run. Like you're in BBH, you know that you're just one stage away from SSL, and the nerves really start to mount from you.
Oh, okay. Cheese, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Cheese somehow grabbed an extra coin. So we had to go longer for that long jump, and again went for that risky strat long jumping into the Penguin where he almost fell in game one. But thankfully he was able to recover.
Yeah, maybe thinking that he had jumped a bit later that time. I'm not sure what the deal with that approach was.
Meanwhile, a very solid Big Boo's balcony by RockChalk. And that's where Cheese is headed right now.
All right, Rock, finishing up a bookcase star real quick.
You know why they call it Secret of the Haunted Books?
Why?
It's because all the books went missing.
That's a pretty good reason to call them haunted, yeah.
Hmm.
All right, now RockChalk approaching the sand stage. We'll just have to see what's about to happen with this one, honestly.
All right, everybody. Hold on to your seats. It's the moment of truth as soon as RockChalk gets MIPS, which, as we learned in the last race, is not free.
Yep, and we'll see RockChalk approaching this first attempt now, hoping, like you said, to prove that this trick is going to be free this time, but that certainly wasn't free last time. The Tama regrab looks good. The double jump is good. He's on the roof pretty much, and he's in there.
Lovely.
Nice.
Of course,
Just
he
like
did
the first run.
Yeah, exactly. And then the second time was where he struggled so much. So let's see if he can get it the second time. If he gets it the second time, it looks like he's going to have a pretty sizable lead. Moment of truth for RockChalk.
All right, Big Bomb, the Tama regrab. It all looks good.
Oh my goodness.
And it is good.
He's got
nice.
it. Unbelievable. RockChalk is going to take a huge lead. The risk paying off the second time.
This is where he really needed the payoff for sure.
Man, if you got your RockChalk emotes, go give him some hype in the chat for 2 for 2 pillarless. Meanwhile, Cheese is going to have to toss a bomb.
There it is. Like, Cheese locking in that he's going to be a fair bit behind RockChalk. He could have isolated that lead to, like, 15 or maybe 20 seconds, but instead it got even further extended by Cheese having to throw away that first bomb and take more attempts on just 1+.
Good Condor Star from Rock. And Cheese going to toss another one. Going back for it, though, instead of getting a safety star.
It looks like the intro of this run is not quite working out for Cheese.
Actually, I think we failed to mention this. Cheese only once this season has failed to complete his run, and it was against RockChalk. So RockChalk did win the regular season matchup between these two. Meanwhile, RockChalk already done, on to Lethal Lava. She's going for the Condor Star here. Of course, Cheese had major issues here in Lethal Lava Land. Didn't take a death, but needed numerous attempts on both Volcano Stars.
Yeah, and that just lost him a ton of time last race.
That said, RockChalk was well behind because of those pillarless fails. Now he's well ahead, so if Cheese has Volcano struggles again, this could be a huge lead for RockChalk. But right now, taking a decent-sized lead. He's already got the big bully star. Cheese going to start off with red coins. And now RockChalk going for triple bullies.
Nicely done. No ground pound required. All right. Cheese heading on through red hot log rolling real quick.
RockChalk going for rolling log now. RockChalk's dog is named Frank. And we got a sub from EasyScape. Thanks for subbing, EasyScape.
18 months. Very nice.
Wow. Great.
The beautiful Pog champ.
Great friend of speedrunning. He's an excellent content creator on YouTube. So check out his stuff. All right, well, Cheese is in the volcano. That's where he struggled last time, but this
ending
time...
again, they gave him so much grief, but he's still going for it.
Well, he got it first try this time. We talked, maybe he watches the stream. Maybe he knew that he was behind and had to go for it again. Or maybe he's just that much of a baller. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm really not even sure.
Meanwhile, taking a damage, trying to get into the volcano.
Yeah, kind of an early burn that time. But he's still good to go. Fully fine once he gets into the volcano. In a very, very pale comparison to that LLL that he had earlier.
Ooh, RockChalk, meanwhile.
Not missing elevator star. RockChalk, nice execution there.
Yeah, almost got bounced off by the bullet. That's about the worst way to die in Lethal Lava Land. Ooh,
Oh, Cheese gets a 50-50 grind.
And even he just had to go for single bully. RockChalk, meanwhile, solid movement in Elevator Star. Got the dive roll. Steve-O Broly, excuse me, dropping to do a kickflip to Cheese.
I mean, I think it'd be a good approach. I don't know about you.
RockChalk with a bonk trying to get over to Dire Docks. He is taking a pretty sizable lead, though, as Cheese struggles a little bit there on triple.
Yeah, that jump kick was a beautiful backup, though.
Somebody actually made a Tony Hawk style Mario 64 hack a while back. I don't remember who. It might have been K's. But if you're interested, go check that out. I don't remember where it is.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
All right, RockChalk with some quick chest swimming.
Going a little wide of that fourth chest. No need to risk it. And back around, got the fourth chest. If my calculations are correct, it should be a 28-second lead for RockChalk here.
A really, really nice lead to make for yourself before you get out of the basement. All right, now Cheese on his own fourth chest. Probably going to be seeing another front sub, rear sub comparison between the two. Cheese losing a little bit of time on the star spawn.
Looks like from the camera setup, RockChalk going for rear sub.
Yeah, holding the camera on that side.
That reduces lag. One of the few games where camera movement really matters.
And it matters in more places than just these water levels, but these water levels, of course, are just the most notable examples.
Cheese obviously will be going for front sub. RockChalk will obviously not be pole jumping for red coins. He's going to get Manta Ray here and then head into Fire Sea. Cheese does get front sub. That saves a few seconds. Trying to chip away at this lead here for RockChalk. For those just joining us, Cheese took game one, but it was neck and neck. RockChalk let it get away from him in TikTok Clock and Bowser in the Sky. And then earlier here in game two, Cheese taking a death on the slide of Cool Mountain, and then having some trouble with Pillarless, which has allowed RockChalk to open a pretty sizable lead.
Yeah, it's certainly not over just yet for Cheese, but he's going to have a tough time clawing his way back up from this deficit. But RockChalk might be giving him his first opportunity. Looks fine, but you never know when Lava Boost can just suddenly not quite work out.
His execution hasn't looked particularly clean.
Right through there, though, RockChalk did actually make a few mistakes that could have opened up a few seconds.
Yep, he's not going to get Lava Boost. Smart not to go for it.
Let's see early Ellie's real quick. He's got the red.
Ooh,
He's got the triple jump out. All right.
That was close. And then taking some damage there.
Oh, Cheese, meanwhile, though, grabbing the very base of the pole.
Oh, that was close from RockChalk. Let himself get down on low health. Cheese also going to miss Lava Boost.
That was pretty dangerous, yeah.
And she's going to miss early Ellie's. Unbelievable.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's going to be a huge time loss. RockChalk could have missed like 6 to 8 or so seconds just like from not getting early Lava Boost Ellie's. But for Cheese not getting early Ellie's at all, that's like closer to 15 to 20 or something. That is a ton of time that he just hemorrhaged away, unfortunately.
Yeah, RockChalk left the door open for some time save, and she's not able to capitalize at all. Easy second throw there from RockChalk. He's going to take a huge lead.
I mean, at the end of the day, like you hate to put it this way, but you have to wonder when exactly Cheese is starting to think about game 3 instead of game 2. And I feel like after this fire scene, we may have reached that point.
You can tell he's extremely frustrated. No emotion from RockChalk. He might not even realize how much of a lead he has. Exit and quit and get a very nice upstairs time. 26-12. Still a lot of Mario to play, though, is exactly... We saw RockChalk, I mean, not blow a lead because it was neck and neck, but RockChalk unable to capitalize in Tippy in game 1.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely should have been. He should not have been on pace to finish like a minute and a half behind, judging by his like HMC pace. So if Tippy mistreated RockChalk so much last time, I think it stands to reason that it very well could treat him the same way this time.
About a 35-second lead for RockChalk here.
All right, now Cheese going on into what, Dry World? Gonna be starting out with this nice little double jump kick here to start out top of the elevator, express elevator, hurry up. And ends up falling after his triple jump on top of the ramp. This time around is gonna work out though.
Meanwhile, RockChalk on his way to a solid Secrets in 100.
Oh, RockChalk having to miss one coin, and that spirals into a lot more coins.
Well, thankfully, all he has to do is grab the 5 on that large rock.
Oh, but he gets a firstie. This is major time loss. This is exactly what Cheese was looking for. Okay, Rock is able to get up to this wooden plank at least.
Star.
But yeah, he's still got to get over to this middle stone plank area. And he does so with one triple jump. Nice.
Well, the door is open. Not quite a 35-second time loss, but that lead has diminished significantly.
Yeah, that is
usually an automatic ending. We're going to see at the end of this level how much that lead has diminished, if there's a lead left at all.
I think there likely will be, since they got 36 stars at around the same time. Okay, Cheese is going to have to get the backup box on the end now on his own 100 coin. Nice decision there. He was about to go for that one as a, like, I guess, double backup. But because of the timing, he knew he needed to get on the blue coin, switch coins instead.
Yeah, losing one coin not particularly devastating. Losing multiple coins, or multiple blue coins, extremely devastating.
Yeah, missing one you can recover from. You just need to grab both backup boxes, but missing two, that's a big problem.
And I think he only missed the one, if I'm... No. I'm sorry. Yeah, he missed both.
Yeah, so he missed one yellow coin at the very start, and then missed one more, like, from the skeeter right in the middle there with the blue coin switch.
Yep. Trying to pay attention to both runners and math botch. Well, in any event, that backup box not too far out of the way. And he's got it. RockChalk onto his last star here in this level. As Cheese will be in a moment.
And I believe Cheese also saves Shocking Arrowless for the end.
Yep, exactly how he did last time. It looks like we have a good split of Cheese supporters and RockChalk supporters. Cheese was looking at something.
And now he's just standing up because why not?
I mean,
whatever plays better.
It's game time now. I've always felt that, like, in particularly intense games, I've had to stand up for them. So maybe that's just what he's doing, trying to get into the zone. He knows. I think he knows that he's well behind here by about 20 seconds. 17 seconds per chat.
I could see it too, yeah.
Oh, okay. Chad is informing us that he's having some back problems. I saw one person say, and I kind of thought he was kidding, to be honest, but...
I've been seeing Cheese kind of talk about that over Twitter a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was quite this bad.
Can't really go to a chiropractor right now, so hopefully he's taking some time to stretch it out, especially because his profession essentially requires him to be sitting so much.
Yeah.
I know as somebody who, works on computers for a living, you're not supposed to be sitting for that long. You're really supposed to get up and stretch every half hour.
Right.
RockChalk, cool and collected, picking up these piranhas.
Very nicely done on RockChalk's side. She's right behind him pretty much.
Hey, don't hate on chiropractors. I love going to the chiropractor. RockChalk going for Toad and then Tall Mountain. What did you say last game? Tippy Light?
Yeah, Diet Tippy.
There you go.
It's very accurate. I mean, it's a harder stage than it really has any reason to be.
Yep, that 17-second lead maintained throughout Tiny Huge Island. No real change in pace by either player. Of course, we saw RockChalk last time. This is where that synchronized gameplay started to slip away. He had some trouble with the red coins, and Cheese went for red coins right away and had an incredible red coin run. Let's see if he can duplicate as he's in, or was in Close Mario Cam. Looking good so far to repeat the task. Uh-oh, slight bonk there.
Nice backup.
Well done.
The mark of someone that really knows TTM Reds is not exactly someone that just does the pro strats, but someone that's able to back it up as well as Cheese did there. That's really difficult. Speaking
of backups, Rock missed that wall kick off the log. Thankfully, landed right into the area of Ox jump to the Lonely Island. So it doesn't lose too much time, but that will cost him maybe 10 seconds or so, and that's about half his remaining lead.
Cheese with the faster breeze strat here.
And that's right, he had to go around the Chuck because of bad RNG last time. Rock does get the wall kick this time. Off the top of the island, takes a bonk.
All right, nice triple from Rock there.
Solid bridge start by Cheese.
All right, and still not enough height from RockChalk.
Same thing happened in game 1. Looked like he had it and just clipped out.
And that clip out is a telltale sign that you just didn't have quite enough height for it. You're close enough because the fence is trying to clip you into the cage area, but if you had more height, then it would have a floor to put you on top of, but because you're not quite high enough, it has to clip you back outside the fence.
So
breezeless, as metaphorical said.
Yeah. Rock having to go for reds here. Hopefully he doesn't get messed up by lag like he did last time. Gets the... No, doesn't get the side flip. And same exact thing happens where the lag is getting in...
And just using a backflip to... Okay. I'll take it. Whatever.
And Cheese is done with TTM. So Cheese has reversed that entire 35-second lead.
Wow. And again, it was TTM Reds. I guarantee you, after this, RockChalk is going to be pouring a ton of time into TTM Reds. Just you wait, like, next race, and especially, like, when we get to Season 4, RockChalk is going to be just a pro at TTM Reds.
Yeah, he might be changing his THI sucks emote into a TTM sucks or a TTC sucks.
Or
Based
just
on the
red
one.
suck emote, just red coins suck. Because I'm
Red
sure he
coins do
feels like
suck.
a SSL red sucks too. All coins in this game suck since they have the cylindrical hitbox that just is so deceiving that you can collect them far beyond where they actually are. But when you really want to rely on Mario's like extended coin hitbox, it just never seems to work out for you.
Cheese up to 50 stars with that whirl from the freezing pond. And it looks like Cheese's lead is about 11 seconds.
All right, nice deep freeze from Cheese.
Still 1-0, Braden. RockChalk's lead, unfortunately, has evaporated. But it's a very close game.
All right. So RockChalk about to chill with the bully, but Cheese already had his chill sesh, moving right on down to Hazy Maze Cave to maybe try to cleanse himself of his sins of just pushing the bully into an ice lake.
Zedra asking, I wonder who the commentators support. I mean, in this chiropractor versus no chiropractor fight, I'm going chiropractor. But no, we are completely unbiased.
Yeah, completely unbiased. I mean, all I know is after all the stuff Mario's doing for Peach, he's going to need way more than a chiropractor to fix his back. I mean, think of the times he's been squished as flat as a pancake. Like, his spine has to just be a solid hernia.
Forget the spine. How about his ribs having to constantly just dive and land right on his chest into the ground? And that's some concrete ground in a lot of these stages.
Yep. All right, and we're about to see our players enter into HMC, capping off the last 3 real stages, I guess you could say, since Bits is just kind of a quick obstacle course before the last fight. Thanks, A10 Munoz, for the raid.
Oh, you guys that are just coming over from Munoz's stream, we've had a tremendous fight here. Cheese and RockChalk were back and forth in game 1 before RockChalk let it slip away at the very end. In this game, RockChalk opened up a half a minute lead that he unfortunately just lost to some sloppy gameplay in the upstairs area. Oh, volleyball reference out in the chat.
The chat just absolutely popping up. Fantastic asking if people believe microwaves are a hoax. I do, you know, I think they're just magic. I think the actual like electricity part isn't even necessary. We should be able to unplug our microwaves and still get their magical benefits.
See, I think it's the food itself. It's just willed under pressure to become hot.
The real microwave is powered by friendship. Food gets heated by the friends we make along the way. Dude, giraffes exist. Giraffes are just like the outdated drone models. Birds are the real drones. Birds don't exist either. In fact, all of Earth is just fake. There is no Earth. It's not even like a flat Earth. There's just no Earth. It's not even here.
Conic Earth.
Giraffes don't exist. Like that's what I'm saying. They're a government drone. That's what I'm saying. They're not animals.
I have not seen anyone.
Exist.
I have not seen anyone crying danger. Thankfully, this community is generally pretty supportive, and everyone's happy for Liam, including Cheese himself. Congratulated Liam on Twitter, along with the other top Mario runners, and of course, they're all gonna be gunning for the new kid. Commentary is pre-recorded, but the run is live. So
no, the commentary is from the future. It's just the Illuminati are feeding me Shantastic's chats.
We're just not giving you lottery numbers because it's part of our contract.
Yeah. Who do you think's paying for all of this? All right. So now, Cheese advancing into Tippy. RockChalk going to be right behind him, coming on into Tippy.
All right, guys, let's focus here on Tippy. It's pretty close, actually.
This is where the gameplay is going to get really real. Cheese has a nice lead, but
okay,
bonks like that will definitely ruin that lead for him.
Well, we've seen some interesting Rainbow Ride in this game. Let's see if they can both get one try Lakitu bounce. Will not happen.
Already, Cheese isn't going to be making that happen.
Well, RockChalk, this is his opportunity to tie up the game. Let's see. He's got it so far.
Yeah, and Cheese not even able to get the 5 slide on Reds as backup, so losing even more time.
Ending is not free. Gets up the blue platforms. Oh my goodness, guys. We have a barn burner on.
Yeah, Cheese just barely ahead, really. Like, Reds is just a slightly faster star, or slightly slower star than Lakitu Bounce. So if Cheese gets this next try, first try, he will be ahead, but only by like a second or two, honestly. It's not really that much.
Well, he's going for the straight ahead strat. Got it. Meanwhile, RockChalk going over here for tricky triangles.
All right, nicely done from Cheese on his second try here.
Got it.
Super clean. And Elite is putting up a 1998 Ford Bronco for the winner of this race. The pool just got real, folks. This race now has probably a slightly smaller pool than the rest of the whole tournament. I'm not sure how much a 1998 Ford Bronco is worth, but...
Kelly Blue Book value, $473.
Thank you so much for putting up that vehicle yourself, Elite
cents.
Moral Minority. Only 80k miles, wow.
Uh-oh, she's having a little problem with...
Yeah, weird swinging in the breeze. I didn't see exactly what happened, but...
Nor did I. I was
in that
distracted
position
by
in the first
chat.
place is just weird. He didn't say it was his. Well, then how is he going to legally receive it otherwise?
Who said it was legal?
Look, no. We're supposed to assume that it's legal. That's our gray area.
Well, meanwhile, RockChalk, a spectacular swinging in the breeze. He had to go for the backup last time. Gets the plan A.
He's actually going to be ahead of Cheese's top of the tricky triangles. Not sure where top of the came from. That's a few stages back.
Looks like it'll be about a 8-9 second lead. Here we go, TTC with less than a 10-second difference.
Really nice Reds from RockChalk to start it out.
Yeah, RockChalk playing for his tournament life. She's trying to wrap this thing up to avoid a game 3.
Beautiful time jumps on moving bars. Like skipping every ledge grab you possibly could. Just beautiful stuff.
Yeah, and when you can skip ledge grabs like that in tandem, you're saving a ton of time.
Each one is a couple seconds on its own. But some of
RockChalk,
them can actually be hard to skip. Like there's one in particular in TTC I can think of that it's really convenient to take it because you're able to move your camera during the ledge grab. But if you skip it, you don't really have a great place to move your cam.
RockChalk going for hundreds.
Is Cheese meanwhile caps off Reds real quick.
Pretty. Uh-oh. Other than that, quick, maybe 1 second time loss. Pretty good 100 for RockChalk so far.
And let's see, he's almost got this one closed off.
Still some opportunities here, especially if that fire doesn't cooperate.
But he's good to go. No invisible after that 80 coin box. And he is on the ending now.
Then obviously execution here can lose you a couple. As we see Cheese now moving on to hundreds.
Oh, and his 100 coin is about to be something else.
Oh, dang it. RockChalk gonna have to stomp on the Whomp. And he's got it, so about a 5-second time loss. So if Cheese gets a perfect 100, we could be seeing a tie game.
And it's... I don't want to be presumptuous, but it's certainly looking a bit that way. Cheese did take the safety red, which will be a little time loss, but ultimately nowhere near as much as like what RockChalk was losing.
Oh my
and then
goodness!
the invisible there.
Okay, he's okay.
But it's working out. Okay.
You always have to freak out a little bit. Oh, wow! The box didn't cooperate, but he had some extra coins from something. He must have grabbed an extra red.
Yeah. When you're in the reds part of the maze, you can grab an extra one that's pretty fast. It's like about 2 to 3 or so seconds.
RockChalk just went ahead and grabbed reds. And she's also going to have to stomp on the Whomp because it wasn't in the correct place because of his time loss. I had to freak out a little bit because if you hit that in the wall and you don't save it, that is over a minute of time loss. And that would have essentially handed the game to RockChalk, but thankfully he stays alive and we're going to have a fantastic fight to the finish here. Looks like both players will be headed for a roll of the cage. I take that back. Cheese is getting pendulums. RockChalk is already grabbed.
And a nice quick double wall kick from Cheese.
Believe it's get a hand and moving bars left for RockChalk. He's got get a hand.
Or get a hand and roll into the cage. I'm pretty sure.
Looked like RockChalk had roll into the cage.
Oh, I might be wrong on that one then. It might be Cheese I'm thinking of since Cheese still has to grab that one.
Which he has just done.
Or yeah, the time jumps on not so moving bars. RockChalk just has to do this in time stop mode. Cheese with a very, very quick star and get a hand. About 8.5 seconds if performed optimally.
Solid movement by RockChalk grabbing time jumps. And
there it is for Cheese.
By Cheese.
Yeah, this is really going to come down to bits and throws. Like, this is super, super close.
All right, let's time this. 6 seconds. As RockChalk is going to toss away a second there for backflipping into the star. Yep, 5 seconds now.
Oh, having some issues on the staircase. Yeah, and Cheese is already up the staircase.
It is down to 2 seconds. Oh my goodness, you guys. As Cheese having some trouble getting up the staircase. Trying to will Mario up the stairs. 5-second difference here on Bowser in the Sky. In the playoffs, RockChalk fighting for his life, Cheese fighting to wrap it up.
Yeah, who's gonna win this one? RockChalk missing a side flip here. Kind of awkward move and get back up the staircase. They're neck and neck on the slope here.
And this is where RockChalk messed up in game 1. Going to the left side.
All right, Cheese on the right side. If he lands this, he will be ahead.
And RockChalk missing
Neither
again!
landing, but RockChalk way down. Losing tons of time to that.
Same thing that happened in game 1, and now he can't get up the elevator.
You know, I'll have to use this pole wall kick, but Cheese coming on into throws in the lead. An unfortunate end for RockChalk, but he's put up a magnificent fight up to here.
All right, well, Cheese has a couple of Bowser throws in hand. Bowser throws are the furthest thing from free in this game. RockChalk does get that grab on the second try. 1 throw for Cheese.
Let's see, another throw for Cheese. The odds are ultimately in his favor, but it's not quite done yet. Just one more throw will close it, and that looks like it. GG's to Cheese. Moving on to the semifinals. RockChalk, unfortunately, has played his last match of Mario in Season 3. And GG's to both players, though. This has been just a wild showing.
1 second difference from his first run. Holy consistency.
Wow. Just out of this world.
RockChalk is going to wrap up a sub 50 here that he was well on pace for in both races.
His tippy was a lot better in this one. Like, it's really unfortunate RockChalk wasn't able to clinch it because like this tippy was a totally different showing. RockChalk was in command this time.
Get some love out and GG's for both of these competitors. Tremendous set of races here. Right down to the wire twice in a row. This one even more so because they were practically synced in Bowser in the Sky, and Bowser, that left side jump got him both times.
Yeah, I mean, that was just something else.
And we'll become. All right, we got Cheese in the chat. Congratulations, moving on to the semi. But I'm not sure, and I take that back. We're going to talk to both of our competitors as RockChalk has just joined us. GG's to both of you. Incredibly close races.
Hi.
Hey, GG.
Now, before we go anywhere, Cheese, the world is waiting to know what was with that pause in round 1. What happened?
It's happened like 3 or 4 times in the league so far. It's a fat finger issue. Well, okay, so my nails are long, and I don't know if you can see on the stream. You probably can, yeah. The start button is very close to the joystick on a Hori.
Oh, so it's actually your thumb, like from the joystick hitting it, not from the buttons.
Sometimes when I move certain positions, my fingernail would just press the start button.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's. I wish it was a meme, but it's not. I wish I was on purpose.
Yeah, cut your nails, bro.
It's such a small controller, and
yeah, it's not even that long. It's just the start button is very close to the joystick for some reason. So it's like sometimes I don't know. That happens.
I'm not sure if you guys were watching our speedrun stream here. So just to kind of summarize, you guys were synced up almost to the frame before you paused there, Cheese, heading into the upstairs. So we were kind of laughing you were intentionally trying to throw us off, which is why we wanted to ask. But RockChalk had a huge lead in game 2. Cheese, you messed up a couple of tricks in the basement, and then RockChalk, unfortunately, just some sloppy movement in the upstairs. But I'm going to ask RockChalk, what happened there? Both races, down to the wire and Bowser in the sky, and couldn't get that left side.
Yeah. I have no idea. All 3 of those, I don't know if audio was on me, probably not by that point, but all 3 of them were like glitchy bonks. And that never happens on the left side.
I called it on the first one. I called it on the first one. It looked off, and I was like, he got 0 framed. He had to have gotten 0 framed on that bonk.
So I'm not sure what was going on there. Not. I don't fail that very often. Just came at a really bad time, but that's how it goes.
It's the way she goes sometimes. Unless you're trying to do the like jumps over the wood blocks as if you were doing 120. Like, no strat is truly safe. I don't feel like.
Yeah, I almost just went for the pole on that first race. Well, I had enough, but I figured by then it was probably over. So
now, Rocka, I know in most races you tend not to end up watching the stream and see where your competitor's going. Was that the same thing here? Or
yeah, I don't ever watch. I did see in the stream's Discord channel that we were 4 seconds apart going to Tippy, so I got some info from that. But I prefer not to watch because I think about it too much, and I don't even have a timer up. I just have nothing, a blank screen, and I just play. So that was the same as always.
Do you think that little bit of knowledge from Discord may have like contributed to some nerves or something though?
Yeah, I'd say probably, because that Rainbow Ride in the first race was pretty awful.
And I gotta ask, like, speaking of, like, the tippies were kind of polar opposites between the 2 runs. Yeah. Like, there were a lot of mistakes in your first tippy and not quite as many in this one. What do you think changed between the 2 races there?
Probably nothing, just inconsistent. It was kind of, you could look at that, the whole run. Like, stuff that was good in the first race was bad in the second, and vice versa. Just, can't put together quite a full run, usually.
I'll pose this one to both of you. Cheese, you went single pillarless both rounds. RockChalk, you went double pillarless both rounds. Is that just your normal strategy, or is there any, because it's the playoffs, for changing up strategy or even changing up strategy between games?
Well, for me, I always do double pillarless because I don't trust the penguin in races. Well, I guess really ever. I'd rather go for plus, but especially in races, if pillarless isn't working, I can just do HMC early, and I'd rather do that than mess with the penguin.
Super valid.
I don't like pillarless, so I never do 2 pillarlesses. So it's a double pillarless is a trap. I either die or I just fail really bad, like every single time. So I've learned from that, and I don't do double pillarless in a race anymore. Never again. It's a trap. So I just stick with single pillarless.
Well, I think you were right to not trust the penguin. Cheese in round 1, it looks like you almost fell off on that penguin,
Yeah.
trying to long jump back into the star.
Still worth, dude. Still worth nothing.
I mean, it's a pick your poison type moment, and both of you summed it up best. One just said, "I do double plus. I don't like the penguin." The other says, "I do the penguin. I don't like double plus." There you go. That's the answer at its core.
Yeah, quite literally.
All right, well, that was all I had. If you have any additional questions, Electric.
I feel like I had something, but it's not coming to mind now. Great race from both racers. Cheese, what are you going to be doing to kind of help prepare for like the upcoming races? Because obviously you're going to be moving on to at least a few more.
Well, first of all, I have no idea who I would face, but I think it does depend on who I race.
The winner of JJ and Benji, they're coming up next.
Really?
So you'll play the winner of those two.
Okay. Well, anyway, they're pretty similar, but either way, I do need to practice some things, but mostly it's just like the butterfingers. I've been having a lot of my main issue is the butterfingers kind of thing, where it's just a lot of small mistakes, a lot of weird things that lose a lot of time. Because like the big things I have more or less fine. Sometimes I mess things up, but like it's usually fine. And apart from that, yeah, my back issues are really bad, and I just need to fix that more than ever anything else, honestly.
And speaking of, that was actually what I meant to ask about. Do you feel like both like standing kind of like helped with the pain in the moment, and also like do you think standing affected your gameplay at all?
Yeah, playing standing is very weird. But it's funny because I played really well when I was standing up. Everything was going really good. And I was like, damn, it's a new strat. But then as I entered Tippy, I was like, no way. There's no way I could do Tippy standing up. So I had to sit down. But standing did feel better, yeah. But very hard to play standing up, though.
I wonder if that's the practice strat, is just practicing while standing for a little while.
Probably.
Crazy.
I've been corrected here in the chat. It's actually D whatever and Heisenberg. That is your next opponent, whoever wins between them, and they'll be facing off next week.
All right, cool.
I think the $1 million question is 70-star semifinals coming up, but as many ardent Mario 64 viewers know, Liam just recently became the 120-star king. What are we going to be seeing more of on your stream?
You're going to be seeing me doing 120-star. Because I always get motivation when I lose my world record. But like I said, right now, I can't even stream a lot. Because I have this back issue that is
true.
like, it's really bad. Like I can't even sit for a 70-star race without feeling like I have to lay down and just stop basically after. So like right now it's very tough. I have to fix this issue.
It's an unfortunate issue to have, and best of luck alleviating it.
Thanks.
And now RockChalk, unfortunately, I think that'll be it for your gameplay in season 3. Any parting words for us?
No, it was fun. It was a very interesting season. A lot of it was I would just kind of go in cold, but I think I finished pretty strong, so happy about that. Yeah, good luck, Cheese, and the rest of it, and to everybody else. And excited for season 4.
And same here. And with that, Cola, if you don't have any other questions, and if our runners don't have anything else to say, that'll be it for a little while until we have our next quarterfinal match coming up. 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, Benji versus JJ. Again, that will decide yet another of our semifinal playoff spots, so don't miss that one. 2 pretty evenly matched younger runners in that one. Should be a really, really interesting, fiery match to see, I feel like.
Yep, GG's to both runners. Cheese, best of luck with the back.
Thank you.
Tough luck, Rock. Give the dog some extra pets for
Yeah, okay, will do.
All
All right,
right,
take care, guys.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
see you, everyone.
Later. Appreciate it.